morning, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. Thank y'all so much for tapping back in to see what I have to say. I promise y'all, it truly does mean the world to me. But with that being said, what are we talking about? We're talking about Quant Network, okay? You guys, follow me on this. Follow me. I promise you, like the thumbnail said, you need to own at least one. Now you can go from 1 to 10 to 50 to 100 to 200. Somebody else told me they got 1,000. Like, wow, 1,000 Quant is incredible. But you want to own at least one. Quant is facilitating something that is absolutely incredible. And this is no financial advice. This is just me talking into a mirror. Like, follow me on this. Follow me. And before I get going, I want to thank everybody. I want to thank you all. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subbing. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for just tapping in and giving a view. I thank all of y'all. I promise I do. We on the road, you guys. We on the road. And I thank y'all. I truly, truly, truly do. But here we go. In this first video, I want y'all to follow me on this. And I want y'all to truly listen. Okay? For real. In this video, it is the CEO of a company. This company is the company that laid the fiber for the internet, you guys. And when I say the internet, I mean the internet. Please follow me on this and understand what this company is doing physically. Quant is doing technological wise as far as the Web3 space is concerned. This man's company lays literally the fibers for the internet to be ran through, not only throughout countries, but from country to country. Follow me on this. They do underwater, under the ocean runs and all of that stuff. It's incredible, but I'm always going somewhere because in this video, they mention the reason why they are now scaling up these processes is because payments are moving from seconds or days to milliseconds. Like payments are, remember, with this Web3 space, it's literally going to be instant payment, instant settlement. We do not have instant settlement. We have instant payment. 3 days go by, settle in the next account. That's getting ready to be a complete thing of the past globally. We have things like ISO 20022 going live this November. This is the reason why you have Christine Lagarde talking about the digital euro by October, because they're getting in step. They're getting in alignment. Follow me on this. Here we go. This first video, listen to it, especially like the last 10 seconds, 15 seconds. Listen, because that's what I talk about the realm of new payments and how we need that infrastructure and understand what Quant is facilitating in a working hand with that infrastructure. Follow me on this and I'll be right back.
We have always been focused on being the best in the world at moving optical bits.
Gary Smith runs CIENA, whose technology powers the modern global internet, providing the networking systems and software that increase each cable's capacity even as more and more are installed.
Basically, down each end of a piece of fiber, you put different colors of light and pull them out at the ends into, virtual fibers. And the first technology we had in this space, we think we can make, 4 fibers out of this single fiber. And they said, that's fantastic. We don't think we'll ever need 4. By the time we got to deploy it, it was 8. And they said, we're never going to use 8 fibers. And now we're putting literally, thousands of virtual fibers down a single fiber. But he built so much capacity with this kind of technology, because all of a sudden we could scale up the fibers. The challenge was no one knew what to do with that capacity, right? And no one would pay for it.
For years, nothing new was built. But the 21st century brought new demands, this time for financial transactions measured not in milliseconds, but in microseconds. Michael Lewis captured it in Flash Boys, a world where speed meant profit.
See, now I bet most of y'all have never even heard of that company or heard of that man before. But that company literally provides critical infrastructure for all of us to use. It's providing the infrastructure for you to be watching me right now. Follow me on this, okay, you guys, because what that company is doing physically, Quant is doing in the technological realm of piecing together the whole realm of distributed ledger technologies for distributed ledger networks to be built on top of the global standard ISO TC 307. Truly tap in, because holding a piece of the network, holding QNT, follow me on this video, because you'll understand towards the end of this video why you need to hold at least one. Whether that's 1, whether that's 10, whether that's 20, whether that's 30, whether that's 50, whether that's 100, whether it's 1,000, whatever your portfolio desires, and however you can facilitate what you need to facilitate to make certain things happen as far as your life is concerned. Because it's not financial advice, but holding a piece of infrastructure. People ask me all the time, why do you put 100,000 in every video? I'm not talking about $100,000 today. I'm looking at 3, 5, 10, 15 years into the future and seeing what this is and seeing exactly how the tokenomics, how the utility of it, and how the fundamentals of the project is stellar on a level that most folks in Web3 could only dream of. And it's not something that they're trying to do. It is something that is already done. Follow me on this. In this next video, it is a mashup of Gilbert Verdian. Listen to the words that are coming out of his mouth. Listen to when he said that we created the ISO standard, ISO TC 307. After working in these working groups and committees, 8 of them, we then stepped out of that and created the company and technology. It fits it like a glove. This is the reason why you now have Christine Lagarde saying things like, so we won't have an oh no or oops moment. Why? Because you have something that is tested, that is tried, that has been worked inside of sandboxes, and that has been digital trials, things like Agora, things like Project Enbridge, things like Project Rosalind, Project Hamilton, Project Helvetia, things like Project Meridian. Follow me on this, you guys, because I'm always going somewhere. Project Rialto. I'm always going somewhere, you guys. Follow me on this. Quant Networks Interoperable Service Overledger is the global standard for building on blockchain. Here we go. That next video, the man, the myth, the legend. Coming from my boy, Mine Crypto. Bro, we miss you in this space. It is Mr. Gilbert Verdian of the Quant Network, and I will be right back.
We've solved interoperability at scale, and the background to money is a 20-year career in cybersecurity. I ran the payment infrastructure as the Chief Security Officer for the Bank of England, so keeping all the money safe across all the payment systems and the payment rails. And now we're also company guarantors to Pay UK, putting the strategy in place for future payments, including central bank money as well, but creating an ecosystem around what's the potential of money and what we could do with it. And that's my interest. We're shaping the system.
We had to get it out of this experimental mode. And I guess the first stage for that was to really establish and found the ISO standard for blockchain. So this is TC 307. So I did that in 2015. And the idea behind that was to create a way where we can have a mass collaboration to work on the technology at an international level. And that's what's happened. So now we've got 53 countries working together to standardize blockchain across the world. And that includes organizations, startups, government, enterprise, academia, everyone. And so we set out to then bring it up into the mainstream. By standardizing the technology, we then built the platform. And so working on the ISO standards, we then built Overledger following that. And the whole idea is to bring the mass adoption of blockchain. This is good for us to look at it now that they see the potential, and they're all in.
Now, y'all just heard Gilbert. You just heard the words that were coming out of his mouth. Now, couple that with the first video I showed you of the man that's providing, the company that's providing infrastructure, and knowing that that infrastructure is now being ramped up to process payments that are going to be coming through like nobody's business, and then understand that Quant Network is literally providing the infrastructure for those payments to be a reality. Understand what's truly being laid out right in front of our faces, you guys. I promise you, I'm always going somewhere. But here we go. In this next video, it is coming from my boy, Common Sense Crypto. Bro, happy to have you back as well. You took a little hiatus, but thank you that you're back. He's getting ready to go over just a few things with the project. He's getting ready to go over the utilization of the Quant Network token QNT. And understand, when I say the things that I'm saying, it's not just me. He also feels that it is a 6-digit asset based off of the way that it is setting itself up. Follow me when I'm telling what I'm telling you. You want to own at least one, if not more than one, but you want to have something in your portfolio when it comes to this project, because the next move will completely price retail out. We will only be able to buy fractions of a QNT when it is all said and done. Once these processes, this flip gets switched and these processes go live, and they are going live based off of global standards and now laws being codified in multiple jurisdictions and countries simultaneously in 2025. Please follow me on this because I'm always going somewhere, and I'll be right back.
Reviewing back in April of this year gave QNT a 10 out of 10. And that's very hard to achieve, but it's because of the project. Overledger technology revolutionizing by integrating blockchains in modern day systems. Utility, QNT is actually utilized for payments, licenses, dApps, supply chain, digital currencies, and tokenization. Also has a great roadmap. Great team as well. Has a great social following also. The tokenomics. QNT has a 14.6 million max supply. 99% is in circulation. 68,000 tokens to be released still. But think about it like this. With that kind of supply, it's more scarce than Bitcoin. And what do the Bitcoin maxis always tell you? Look at how there's so little Bitcoin, and look at the price. Soon, people are going to be saying, wow, there's even less QNT, and holy shit, look at the price. Because QNT is built to be a 6-digit asset. Look at the partnerships: Amazon, Oracle, Barclays, HSBC, MasterCard, Bank of England, and NVIDIA. That's huge. And the exchanges: Binance, Coinbase, Mexi, BitGet, Bybit, Kraken, KuCoin, Crypto.com, and more list QNT. This is a cryptocurrency I always said everybody should hold at least one. Think of it like buying Bitcoin at $100. QNT is the native token powering and securing the network. All institutions, enterprises, and DeFi participants use QNT to transact within Fusion. It's tied to global finance, payment rails, asset tokenization, equities, real estate, apps, etc., logistics, shipment, food tracking, luxury goods, blue economy, etc., healthcare, that's a huge one, AI, analysis, database reconciliation, systems interoperability, Internet of Things, smart cities, smart homes, autonomous vehicles, and drones, government records, insurance, telecoms, airlines, airports, space agencies, HTML through DLTs, and etc. QNT is going to be a massive shocker because anybody that wants to use the Quant Network has to hold QNT. Like I said, it's like buying Bitcoin at $100. And anybody that would buy Bitcoin at $100 should definitely be buying QNT right now.
That means they will pay for licenses in QNT, and all the transactions can be billed using QNT across the network. And so our job is to create this open ecosystem where anyone can be a participant, where is in the background bringing enterprise and institutional use cases to the network. We have lots and lots of meetings every week with governments, with enterprise, with institutions, with clients who want to build new technology and new multi what we call MDAPs, so multi DLT, distributed applications, on top of the network. So the QNT token is at the core of everything that we're doing. And what happens is, if you own gateways and you run this on the network, when you process transactions, you get paid in QNT. It's a great ecosystem that we're building, and this will evolve. We want to make it the currency and the payment option for all the data and the transactions that are being put on the network, so people can actually trade in QNT, and it can be used for hundreds and hundreds of use cases around AI, data. If you want to do an MDAP on payments, if you want to do an MDAP as an exchange, if you want to do anything, compute, if you want to create like an AWS equivalent on the Overledger network, all of this is possible. So QNT has just become that, pure utility token that can be used for everything.
See, y'all just saw how integral QNT is to the process of everything that Overledger has going on. Please follow me on this, you guys. Please see this immense, monumental, catastrophic opportunity that sits right in front of our faces. They are now saying the quiet parts out loud. They are now saying, hey, we're using this because it is tested, because it is tried, because it is true. Okay? Follow me on this. Overledger and Quant Networks processes, the connections that they've made, the partnerships that they have cultivated, the interworking of being infrastructure in some of the biggest governments, central banks, multinational corporations, standard organization bodies, and internet protocol standard organizing bodies that there is. Quant Network is the real deal. Overledger is the real deal. And QNT is truly retail's next shot of any type of Bitcoin-esque price appreciation, because it has a third of the supply and 1 billion% more utility than Bitcoin ever will. Follow me on this. QNT is where you want to be. But this is not financial advice. I thank y'all for tuning in. I thank y'all for tapping in. If you made it all the way through this whole video, type in QNT. Because listen to me, y'all. Whether they know it or not, QNT will be a piece of every single transaction fee that you pay in the future. Until the next time, y'all already know I appreciate y'all. Peace out.